Fire Emblem 2022 is an upcoming tactical role-playing video game that is being developed by Intelligent Systems and published by Nintendo. The last entry in the series, Fire Emblem Three Houses, was released for the Switch back in 2019, and recently information has started to leak about the next main entry title. Let's break down the leaks from Nate the Hate, Samus Hunter, and Zippo. As always, all the sources will be linked in the description below, so make sure to check those out and support those original writers. And with that out of the way, let's get into Fire Emblem 2022 leaks. Let me start by saying that with all alleged insider information, take it all with a grain of salt, and there is usually not a definitive way to prove or disprove any of this information. Most of these insiders have mixed track records, so it comes down to believing what you want to believe. Let's start with Zippo Speaks, who made a post in July of 2021 where they were one of the first insiders to mention the next Fire Emblem game. They heard that Intelligent Systems has been working on a Fire Emblem title and that the game is very close to completion. They say they haven't heard any additional details, but acknowledge the fan speculation that the game could be a remake of the Japan-only title Genealogy of the Holy War. They do say this title would only be developed by Intelligent Systems and would not include Koei Tecmo as the co-developer. More leaks were posted in January of 2022 when another notable insider, Nate the Hate, posted a video that included his predictions, expectations, and projects he has heard will launch on the Nintendo Switch in 2022. He starts by saying that a Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War remake is being developed but will not release in 2022 and will most likely release in 2023. He continues on and says that a brand new Fire Emblem will be revealed and released in 2022 and does feature the same development team of Three Houses. He says the team will be utilizing the same game engine as Three Houses, but they work more efficiently with the engine this time around, so fans should expect better visuals, more ambitious gameplay, and additional gameplay concepts. He expects the game will be announced in the first half of 2022 and predicts the game will be shown off at the first Nintendo Direct of 2022. And he closes out by saying he expects a summer release date similar to Three Houses, so either late July or early August. This information, if correct, could mean we will be hearing about the next Fire Emblem game very soon and will be playing a new Fire Emblem game before the end of the year, and that we can look forward to even more from the series next year, which is very exciting. And the final set of information comes from a Twitter thread from Samus Hunter. They say that a Fire Emblem game has been in development for the Switch since 2018, and the core development team is Intelligent Systems, which is similar to what Zippo reported on. They say that originally there was a plan for Genealogy of the Holy War remake for the 3DS, but that project was scrapped in 2018. They continue on and say the scrapped remake was intended to introduce new characters, game mechanics, and lore. They speculate that the project has potentially moved to the Nintendo Switch, but they aren't sure. They say the team originally wanted a 2-year time gap between games, but that timeline was delayed due to COVID, but we should still expect the game to release in 2022. And the idea of new games in back-to-back years seems unlikely. It sounds like all the insiders have been partially correct. It seems like there was a Genealogy of the Holy War remake that was in development, but it doesn't sound like the project was ever confirmed to be in development for the Nintendo Switch and was most likely in development for the 3DS. One thing everyone agrees on is that a new Fire Emblem game will release in 2022, and this time will be developed almost completely from the Intelligent Systems team. It also sounds like this game will not be a remake and will be something new, and as for Fire Emblem remakes, it seems like there's no confirmed information, unless Genealogy of the Holy War did transfer over to Switch and just no one knows about it. Obviously, this information is still all not confirmed, so we will still just have to wait and see what Nintendo announces. Luckily, we don't have too much longer to wait, and I'm excited to see where the team decided to take the franchise. Either way, that's where I'm going to end this video. Make sure to like and share, subscribe for weekly gaming news, and I will see you guys in the next one.